Awesome.
I'm gonna get ready to share it out, and then we'll give it a few minutes, and then we can start chatting.
Cool. Well, thank you for having me on, as always.
Dude, of course, man. I'm just glad I got somebody. Everyone else was like, I'm busy. I'm busy. And I was like, I need to have someone to talk about this. I can't just be a Dusk shill all night. Copy link. All right, this one I will post everywhere.
It's awesome.
And then we'll post in this one.
Mark 4 is a little rough.
And then we post on the Facebook, and then we're good to go.
Yep. 18 points and 20 points. Cute.
Daniel Riker. Who? What did you say? Yeah, Dusk stinks. Hang on, that's rude.
Fantastic.
All right.
Speaking the truth, as always.
Nope, that's the wrong screen. All right, we're here. I got a face cam tonight. Wah woo wee wah. Let me zoom in here. So, for the YouTube VOD, anybody watching, thank you all so much for joining us and watching later. I'm going to do a little intro. We'll probably start out with Dusk. Is that cool with you, Tyrants?
That is awesome with me.
So we'll start. I'm joined by Tyrants on the field. Yes, say hello.
Hello.
We are here. I'm not a rules guy, a rules coverage person, but I finally get some cool Dusk models that are more than just a heavy or a colossal, so I wanted to talk about it. But Tyrants, you are an expert in rules and coverage. That's why I wanted to have you here tonight.
Oh, yes. I am a professional rules reader.
You know how to read better
as
than
they
I do.
say.
So
We'll go with that. I try. But thank you. In all seriousness, thank you for having me tonight. I'm excited to talk some Dusk and
yeah, dude, I'm excited too.
two factions that desperately needed love. Let's see what kind of love they got.
That is true.
In this new box set.
I'll read off. We have Lanissa Renisal. I'm gonna butcher all the names here.
Lanissa Rissal.
Rasal.
She's an old Legion. She's an old Legion model. So.
Oh, is that why she's blue?
Yes. Yeah. For those uninitiated in the lore, the wintry elves are the Nis, and they lived up in the mountains, and that's where Everblight spread his blight, and they pledged allegiance to his flag.
Nice. Okay. Cool. So we have Elsa.
After being tricked.
Yeah.
So.
Daniel Riker. Dude can't stop gushing about the model. Shush. 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 We have Lanissa. So for the Dusk part, not the new army that's coming, she's 18 points, 10 health boxes. She's a Mat 6, Def 16, Arm 14, Arc 4, Control 12, Field Marshal Chiller, which is pretty sweet. So you get -2 defense.
Yep, as long as the models, if you're within 2 of her and you're not immunity cold, you have -2 defense.
Mm-hmm. And then she's got the limited battle group because she's a super solo for the 2 cool cats. Prowl, reposition 3, Soothing Call, so she can pull a Fury Point off the kitty cats.
Mm-hmm.
Her weapon is Sorrow. She's a weapon master. It's POW 11, range 2. Blood Boon, once per activation, kill something, get a cool spell. And then crit freeze on it. And then her spells are Heart of Ice, which is target friendly faction non-construct model, +2 armor, resistance cold, and when it is destroyed or removed from play by melee attack from an enemy warrior model, that's the key there, the end of its activation, the attacking model becomes stationary for 1 round unless it has resistance cold. Snow Squall for 2, and is a self range and AoE control. Enemy models activating this model's control range lose Eyeless Sight, Flight, and Pathfinder for 1 turn. Lastly, Winter's Wrath. Winter's Wrath causes cold damage on a critical hit. Models hit become stationary for 1 round unless they have resistance cold. And that is a range 8, AoE 3, POW 14/8. And is a cost 3.
So yeah, to be clear, in Dusk, she is going to be a limited battle group junior caster, essentially, or lesser warlock. So this means she's a module that you put into the army for 18 points. It comes with both of the beasts in her battle group. And again, if she's removed from play, those guys are removed from play. So what you're getting here is a 18-point module that has a bunch of hit fixing in both the Heart of Ice spell to go ahead and let your little warriors run out.
Run out and go die.
And then stationary the things that just killed them. That is one use for this. So your single wound infantry now have kind of a very interesting role you can potentially play with her, beyond just being the most effective and efficient shield guards in the game. And then Field Marshal Chiller is a very interesting module, particularly once we get down to the War Beasts. She also is going to have access to their animi, and one of the animi is Winter Coat, which is a really big deal because just proximity stationary is a really strong rule.
Well, let's get down to the beast, and we'll just talk about that module as a whole, because we'll do this whole thing. We'll do all the models in a vacuum, and then we'll move into how it fits into the army.
Yep. So let's talk about Benki.
Benki. You can read it. Go for it.
Benki. Benki is the goodest boy, or the goodest cat. Benki is a 50 mil model, has Pathfinder, has Advanced Deploy, which is pretty cool. It's one of the first War Beast with Advanced Deploy that we've seen. It has access to Headbutt and Trample, so that's pretty sweet. He's Speed 7, Mat 7, Def 14, Arm 16, Fury 3, Threshold 9. Has the dig in action, so he can gain blast resistance, cover and blast resistance, and does not block line of sight. Again, he remains dug in until he moves, is placed, or is engaged at the engaged. It can begin the game dug in. Drag Below. During this model's activation, immediately after resolving an attack in which it boxed an enemy warrior model, this model can use Drag Below. The boxed model is removed from play, and this model can immediately make a full advance and then perform the dig in action. Then its activation ends, so it gets a quasi sprint, which is really cool with dig in. It has Flank Sasha, so when this model makes a melee attack against an enemy model in the melee range of Sasha, this model gains +2 to its attack rolls and gains an additional die on damage, so it gets better if it is beating on something the leader is engaged with as well, as long as it's in Sasha's melee range, and she is melee range 2, I believe. It has Spring Blades, so again, a cat that tries to murder back if you hit it.
We do love this.
So again, the D3 damage, you guys and your Spring Blades. I mean, my faction now is a caster that just gives it out on the feet, but you guys just have it natively.
All right, we're not here to brag, okay?
Just cautiously bragging. It has a bite, 7, 1, POW 15, crit knockdown. Crit knockdown is always a great effect to have. It's got claws, 7, 1, POW 12. The real reason why we're here, Winter Coat. Cost 1, self animi, lasts for the round. It is not offensive. The spellcaster gains resistance cold and freezer. Winter Coat lasts for 1 round. When enemy model without resistance cold ends its activation within 2 of a model with freezer, the enemy model becomes stationary for 1 round. So you can set up little pockets between her and Sasha, where if the opponent comes in on it, it'll get to do its work against it, but it will be immediately stationaried afterwards. So it's going to be a lot easier for your army to hit, provided it didn't remove the model with Winter Coat. And lastly, we have the sister cat, which is Sasha. Sasha is another advanced deploy, headbutt, trample cat, 50 mil, speed 7, mat 7, def 14, 16, arm, fury 3, 9. Also has dig in, also has drag below, has flank Benki, again has spring blades, same attack profile. So essentially they are twins. The one difference is her animus is snow weathered. Again, cost 1 self, round, non-offensive. The spellcaster has concealment. Winter snow weathered lasts for 1 round. So the two cats get to go out and play with each other, and when they do murder and then run away and dig in to protect themselves. So again, fitting into the Dusk theme of being tricksy and having some movement shenanigan on the cats. So really cool theming there. Rissell supports them in a couple of ways. The big thing is Heart of Ice is specific to model unit that is non-construct. So the cool thing is they can take advantage of Hearts of Heart of Ice. So you can have murder cats with a little more armor if you want. That if the enemy does indeed remove them by an enemy warrior model, it's going to become stationary. So not as relevant on the cats. Snow Squall is cute across the board, and we can talk some more about that. But that's the whole module you get for 18 points. What are your thoughts, Ice Beings? This is your faction.
I've been thinking about it, and I'm just like, the module by itself has a lot of cool tricks, and I'm just like, I'm curious as to how it's going to play on the table, because depending on, obviously, this is going to be like, if I go first, this is going to be great, because I advance deploy, and then I run up a bunch, and then I dig in. Or I go up and I dig in, and then I'm like set up for the next turn. I have tons of cover. They're not going to get picked off from guns as easily. And like they have the beasts have as many boxes as our light jacks do.
Yes.
So we're just getting 2 more lights that are also beasts. And then I noticed they're both range 1. So if you're attacking other range 1 things, you could be chilling things and then shoot into it. So you could walk.
Yes.
Yeah. So like really high defense casters that just have like a 1 range melee, you could walk up, just be there to chill it. And then you could come in with like one of your solos or just other guns. It's -2 defense now. And then you can shoot it to other ways that Dusk has to lower defense and do all that stuff. I like
so it is. Go ahead.
I like the package. I want to know where it's going to fit in with everything else, because it still is 18 points out of an already expensive army.
Yeah, it's a 3 model package for 18 points. So everything is, it's effectively 6 points a model.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like the least is I don't like that she's Arc 4.
The Arc 4 is a little stingy. I get it to a point, but it does mean that them both being Fury 3.
Yeah, very easy to run hot.
And her having Soothing Song, you can run hot, but she's got to run naked, and she does not want to run naked. The 1614 is not a stat line to run naked on.
No, not at all. She will just die. And it's cool she has stealth, but still boostable blasts are a thing.
She has prowl. She doesn't even have stealth. She has base stealth. She's
prowl. You're right. I'm thinking about like how I was thinking ahead of myself.
Yeah.
Well, she could just give herself
Uh,
stealth with the animus.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fun thing is, again, Chiller is the best. Chiller is absolutely the best thing on the card,
Mm-hmm.
hands down, in the entire module. The Field Marshal Chiller.
I think the second
That
best is
is
Heart of Ice.
Heart of Ice is definitely up there.
I know you
I
like
am a
Snow
fan.
Squall.
I like Snow Squall because it is the spell that you're going to cast off of Blood Boon, and you should be Blood Booning with her as much as possible.
Yeah, if you're getting aggro with her and like just an entire like OU just loses Pathfinder within 12 inches of this model, that feels bad depending on the table.
Correct. So into OU, into armies that are flight heavy, it's very good. There's not really a stealth skew that you guys can do in Dusk, is there? Or
If you ran Moraine, you could go stealth skew with all the ghost stuff too.
Mhm.
Because yeah.
if you, yeah, it enables the ghost skew to be a thing again. Because mass Islet, if you remove Eyeless Sight and you have mass stealth, there is some play there. This is essentially a spelletized version of the action that Bunnyman has in OU and in Shadowflame Shard.
Yeah.
Which again, he is a 6-point module himself, and is a little hard to take because of his point cost. But having access to a spell like this can be relevant in spots, particularly based on the build of your army. If you're already bringing her potentially for the hit fixing that she can provide through Chiller, the kind of cuteness that is Heart of Ice, and how sweet the cats look.
Oh yeah, like the models look phenomenal. We can continue on that. They look phenomenal.
Yeah, from an art perspective, I mean, it's a home run.
Yeah.
Module wise, I kind of agree with you, Ice. Is that what is a phantasm to run typically? What's your typical phantasm build look
30
like?
points or less.
So you've got 30 points devoted to battle group, and then you're going to bring a solo module that's 18 points.
Yep, it's half an army.
Like that's 48. That's half an army before we've done anything.
Support, and because the Phantasm is not just 30 points. You need the Seeker Adepts.
Yes.
Depending on the Phantasm you build, you might be able to get away without the Seeker Adepts if you're running Focus Battery, but then you're not getting Exorcism, which is kind of a big thing. Unless you're
right.
So Flindo, hey Gamer, hey Andy, hey Cake West, hey to everyone, hey Dragorium. Just catching up on chat. Flindo, don't worry, we'll get to the Orgoth later. They're coming.
Oh yeah, Orgoth is coming along with my thoughts. We're in Duskland right now, where I can be more positive.
So the module's in a weird spot. It's definitely gonna I like it. I don't know if it'll be in every list. I think it's gonna get played. The other big thing that I like about it is 2 more cohorts for Dusk that are that's just good because we usually run cohort light.
Yes.
So I think it could find its way into a few lists. I don't know which those lists are. I think
it goes in your list that you're not running the Phantasm in.
Yeah, which we'll get into later when we get to lists. Yeah. Because that's where I'm thinking I'm leaning to is one of my pair has the Phantasm, one of them doesn't.
Yeah, and it's an interesting module. I don't know, because I haven't played it yet, how relevant you can make Chiller. Because I think that's if you can make Chiller and Heart of Ice incredibly reliable in your army as a hit fixing mechanism, then her value goes through the roof.
Yeah. But
if you can't, then you're just back to this being a very expensive module that looks really great on the table.
Because your threat for Chiller is 12, 14 threat for Chiller. Now, 14 threat for Chiller, it's not bad. You have Mirage on the cat, so you can meet that, and then you can get there.
Yep.
So, and then depending on what you set the Chiller on, you can set it up to get it on with models to shoot as a follow-up, but getting really nitpicky with just like that. And then also, if the cats are running super far forward, you still need to put Lanissa up there too, and that's risky business.
That is potentially risky business. Now, there is some cute things you can do in parts of the game where if you go kill something and then instead of, jumping backwards, you go ahead and move them forwards and dig in.
True.
To advance that Chiller. That is something you can do to aid your range game, but again, it may come at the cost of one of those cats. But if the trade's right, the trade's right, because again, it's effectively 6 points for the cat.
Yeah.
When you think about it, and that.
Whatever the cats, if they can both get on the same thing, they're gonna delete it. I feel if they can both get on something because of flank, they will delete it.
Yeah, because they're gonna be at that point. They're gonna be Mat 9 and 3 dice, or additional die on damage.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, with POW 15. Yeah, that's pretty solid.
Now the fun part, the solo.
Oh, let's talk about Selena.
I love Selena. Selena Ravenfeld 2. She's got 8 boxes, def 15, arm 14, speed 7, mat 7, rat 7. Is a wizard with all of her weapons. She has Cleave, Hunter, Prey, Prowl, and Swift Hunter. The big ones here are Prey and Hunter and Swift Hunter. All of her rules are fantastic. I don't know how much Cleave will show up. It probably will eventually, but her being a weapon master with Hunter, Prowl, and Swift Hunter and Prey, it's like, okay, these things are getting quite silly. She's the 3rd sniper team.
Yes, and she gets 2 shots, which is outstanding.
Yeah. I think she's going to be an auto-include every list.
She's very solid for 4 points. And again, 8 boxes for 4 points is also chef's kiss.
Mm-hmm. And
at def 15.
Yeah, and if you don't ignore concealment, she's def 17.
Gross.
Yep, and she is threat 19 with advanced deploy.
Yep.
The other fun thing
advanced deploy is excellent.
Advanced deploy, she has unstoppable too. So you jam her. All right, cool. I'm just gonna step away, and then shoot you.
And the POW 10 Weapon Master bow is going to delete medium infantry.
Mm-hmm. I can just imagine like going up to a unit of sludge thralls that are mortality, just.
Yeah, she's definitely a Moraine best friend.
Yeah. Now we can get into the character unit. The Last Watch, which has one of my favorite characters back. Aelith Vire.
There you go.
He's back. The legendary man himself. Lore-wise, he's leading the last of this unit. The Last Watch is for their name. They're 8 boxes, def 13, arm 16, Pathfinder, no advanced deploy or anything like that here. They are PAL 10 weapon masters. They have defensive line, so base to base, +2 defense, it cannot be knocked down. Retaliatory Strack, if they're hit, they get to make a swing. And then Righteous Fury, when 1 or more friendly faction warrior models are destroyed by an enemy attack within 10 inches of this model gains +2 armor and +2 to its melee attack damage rolls for 1 round. So
isn't this a faction with dirt cheap single
guards?
Wound shield guards?
Sure is.
So you're getting Righteous Fury.
Even funnier things you can stack with them. And this is getting outside the vacuum we wanted to talk about a little bit, but you can give them IR or Heart of Ice.
Yep.
You can give them the shield guards right next to you. So they are def And if you're playing it, and we're gonna go super crazy here, if you have Moraine for concealment, you're def 17, arm 18. When one of your shield guards dies, you go to arm 20, 8 boxes.
Yep. No, it's a very good infantry unit.
Yep.
You
This
got
makes Slayers.
Great sword.
Yeah, this makes Slayers just as useless as Cyrafel.
Yes. You can officially throw your Slayers in the trash, guys.
I am sad to say it because I love Slayers, but this unit just outright replaces them.
Yeah, there is no redeeming the Slayers at this point. But long live the Last Watch.
True. And then I was thinking about it. I was like, man, if you put Battle Lust on these guys, once they're defensive line, they just stay the same defense. And then Retaliatory Strike, they're hitting you back with 4 dice.
Yes. These guys are absolutely gross.
Mm-hmm. This kind of rounds up them. Do you think they will be pretty much an auto-include in a lot of lists?
I think this is the best thing in the box. I would put this just slightly ahead of Selena.
See, I think Selena is the best thing in the box, just because like finding 8 points for a unit can sometimes be challenging in Dusk lists. But I also have.
But I think if you want a melee focused unit in Dusk, this is your new go-to.
Yeah. Flindo says nothing personal, kid. Pew 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 pew. That is Selena all day. Very cool. So, do you want to do Orgoth now, and then we can go into list discussion?
Yeah, let's do Orgoth, and then we can go into list discussion.
All right.
All right.
Lead us off with Anitha
Franklin, the Imperishable Desolation. She's 20-point module in Orgoth. She's the leader of the Deathless Cadre. She has Unstoppable. She is undead. She has 40 mil, so yay, an undead model in Orgoth. Hooray. She's speed 5. She's at 6, mat 6, def 14, arm 18, arc 4, control 12. She has the Gifts of Annihilation. So once per turn, at any time during this activation, this model can use one of the effects. Gifts of Annihilation last for 1 round. First one is Dark Ritual. This model can channel spells through friendly warrior models in its control range. Immediately after the spell is channeled through, that model suffers D3 damage. So finally, we get to be as cool as Worm Tongue or Shadow Tongue. So I feel like a troll player. It's very exciting for me. We've got Fate Binder. So core heart models in this model's battle group gain Shield Guard. Absolutely excellent ability. And then Night Reaper. So if you were taking Mulgrith, now you have a reason not to take Mulgrith. If you're taking her, she's got Night Reaper. So the model gains Carrion Feast and Tropic Force. When a living or undead model is destroyed within 5 of a model with Carrion Feast, you can choose to have that model be removed from play. And if a model is removed from play as a result of Carrion Feast, it does not generate a corpse token. And the model with Carrion Feast can remove D3 damage. While within 5 of the model within Tropic Force, obviously it loses Tough and cannot have damage removed from them. So this is a giant middle finger to the so that's fun to have.
That's gross.
In a 20-point module,
yeah. Which
you also have in a 4-point module at Mulgrith. It has Hellmarked because why would we ever have anything that worked with souls in the faction that's built around souls?
Of course not.
We'll continue that trend. It's a lesser warlock, which is cool. She's got Blood Tongue. It's a chain weapon. It's blessed. It's magic. It's mat 6. It's range 3. It's POW 13. It can inflict pain, so she can add an additional fury or remove a fury from a war beast that she hits with the weapon. It's got Man Catcher for the -2 defense, and they can't advance while within this model's melee range for 1 round. The spell list, the money list, she's got Disintegration. Cost 3, range 10, and POW 13. The model suffers -2 armor for 1 round. And if it is boxed, the model goes to remove from play. She also has Hellright, again, giving a model in the battle group +2 armor and retaliation. So again, with that, If it was damaged by an enemy attack during the last round, during your maintenance phase, it can advance 3 and make 1 basic melee attack. So what are the beasts that you get with her in this? Would you like to take us through the Barrel Ghoul?
Oh, this one's
Nice.
awesome. The Barrel Ghoul. He is a companion. He is a Def 10, Arm 19, Fury 4, Threshold 9, Speed 4, Slow Boy, Mat 7. He has Ashen Veil, so -2 to attack rolls within 2 of this model. Cursed. While within 5 inches of this model, enemy models suffer -1 armor. Taste of Death. When a living enemy model within 5 points of this model is destroyed, the controller can gain 1 focus or fury point. Oh, that's what the Colossal has for Dusk. I know what that's like. Into its weapons. Bone Mace. Has beatback and crit dispel. It is range 1 and POW 17. And then Iron Grip is a POW 14. Its Animus is Well of Secrets, because this is a War Beast. Enemy upkeep spells on the spellcaster immediately expire. Additionally, the spellcaster gains Sacred Ward for 1 round. It's kind of neat.
Yep.
Because he is not Sacred Warded. Oh.
No. He is not base Sacred Ward. He can make himself Sacred Ward, but it costs him half his Fury stack.
I mean, depending on what you're walking up into, that's pretty useful to have. Yeah.
It's a great thing to have.
And we have the Charnel Hound, the good boy that went sad, as they said in the SFG post.
Yes.
His Mage Static, that's disgusting. Spells cast by this enemy models within 10 inches of this model, +1 cost and -3 range. He has 2 bites that can combo attack. Range 1, POW 12, can get up to POW 16 with the combo strike. His Animus is Lightning Strike. Spellcaster gains Sprint. This is just like the Strix.
Yep. It's Sprint. You know it. You love it.
Mm-hmm.
Let you go in and hit and run. Very useful on a caster with a 3-inch reach.
So
weapon, pretty decent on him. 17 effective. He can walk and move the bubble 10 inches. So effective 17-inch mage static from where he starts the turn is pretty fun. Great threshold on both of these beasts, which you're going to need because they have a combined fury stat of 7 and she has a fury stat of 4.
Oh, that's
with no ability to adjust.
Ouch.
Them downwards. So the fury management in this module is going to be an absolute pain in the butt.
Yeah. The other thing about the as Chad is calling it, Bargus, Bone Argus. I like that.
Yes.
He is speed 7, so he makes up for the speed loss on the big boy.
Yes.
But the big boy is 32 boxes. That is a hefty chunk of metal and bone to get through.
He's a big boy. He is a big boy.
Oh yeah, give us your thoughts. You're the Orgoth player more than I am.
I am gonna compliment Sandwich this.
Okay, here we go.
I really like Hellrot. It's a great spell. And I really like Night Reaper.
Pretty sweet.
And I like the ability to have some shield guards on demand from the cohort models without needing my little 2-point heroes to do that for me. So I like that. Dark Rituals is cute and will be more interesting when she's a full-fledged caster on the other side potentially. Or full-fledged warlock in her native army. But in the cadre as it stands and in this little module, I don't know how all of these pieces fit together. I think what it wants you to do is to launch a disintegration at something, kill it within 5 inches of the Barrow Ghoul, get a rebate, and then sit there on 2. And then the Barrow and the Carnal cautiously advance forward and don't really do much because you don't have the fury to let them do much. And that is your turn every time. I want to be positive here. They look really cool, but
They
I
do.
don't believe that this actively helps anything that Orgoth wants to do today at all. This does not make Ursus better. This does not make Kishtar better. This does not make Sabrith better. This does not make Oriax better.
Does Harusk like this with the armor buff?
The armor buff is specific to her cohort models.
No. Like when Harusk feats, it's just friendly faction.
It is just friendly faction. Again,
I'm grasping at straws here. Okay.
Harusk likes everything, but the Barrowghoul is speed 4. The Barrowghoul is not getting anywhere. We're not, and it's not Pathfinder. We're not taking a model with base Weapon Master because it doesn't have Pathfinder right now and is speed 5. Okay? Why are we going to take the speed 4? Why are we taking the Barrowghoul other than he looks amazing? Why are we taking this module?
Look,
I don't know. I don't know. I guess Mage Static is neat. It's a kind of a crappy rule, but it's better than nothing. It's some spell hate as opposed to just pure spell denial.
Yeah.
So that's neat. That's super neat. You know, we get the +1 cost and the -3 range. That's fun. Like the Carnal Hound is the best part of this module. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I like it a lot.
But again, this whole thing is slow. It hits as hard as Orgoth. It hits lighter than Orgoth normally hits. But it's neat. It looks really cool. But I don't think this is anything for. I don't think this is anything for the Sea Raider faction. I'm going to be 100% honest. I think on the other side of the house, whenever those rules drop, this thing's going to be a powerhouse. And I'm sure the rules will be slightly updated in that these beasts will not be tied directly to her, and she may be her own free agent. So
that's true. Catching up on chat a little bit.
Yeah.
I see Dragon Pup in here. It says Oriax should change employer. Sea Raider stealing a soul like it's a steak.
Exactly.
Riker says that models like this are going to look amazing on my shelf. That's a good point.
That is 100% correct. That is exactly what this module is, and that angers me to no end because they had an opportunity to do some really cool things, and they have chosen not to do that because this does not do anything for the bench, and it doesn't even do anything for Harusk. So there's that.
Flindo in chat does like them, and I do believe in him to crack this module wide open and find the fix that Orgoth needs. I believe in him.
Yes.
But
somebody believe, because I don't right now.
Let's go over the Revenant Champion, the cool dude with the broken axe, because he doesn't need a full axe to kill you.
Now this is the best thing in the box to me.
Okay. Explain it to me. Walk me through it.
And the reason, it's the first line of this card, Guard Dog. So this is relevant to all of the casters that I listed. So while within 3 of its leader, and it is not knocked down or stationary, its leader gains +2 defense against melee attacks and cannot become knocked down. Okay, so Kishtar, Sabrith, even Oriax. Oriax has old man stats, and Oriax is not a real caster, but Ursus, all are fairly okayly statted. But if you add Guard Dog to it, they become much more aggressively statted, and that is a great thing for 4 points.
That is true.
Additionally, he's a shield guard. Awesome. That checks boxes for For Ursus, that checks boxes for Kishtar. That checks boxes for Sabrith. When you're already adding 2 rules that you want, he's Impervious Flesh. So again, on that shield guard, you're rolling 1 less die. Trying to take him out. He has Inhuman Resolve. So if you do disable him, when a friendly warrior model within 10 of this model is destroyed by an attack, after the attack is resolved, this model can remove 1 damage point. When it does, that model is disabled. It becomes knocked down instead, and instead of becoming boxed, its activation immediately ends. When this model is disabled, it cannot activate. If this model is disabled at the beginning of the maintenance phase, it is destroyed.
The Dusk trio, the Ret trio had this.
Yes.
That's very good.
Inhuman Resolve is awesome in a faction with very tough infantry that has access to tough, and then this just gives them 1 more chance at life on an 8-point model in a faction with access to some healing on a model that is just relevant to all of your bench casters.
Can Butcher bring him back?
Yes, he's a 40. He absolutely. So Butcher can bring him back. So yeah, him and Ursus are best friends.
Yeah.
He's got everything Ursus wants. He gives him a little more defense. He gives him shield guard. He gives him a shield guard target that is tough, and Ursus can feed him back. He's an 11-17. Unstoppable. He's undead. He's a 40 mil. He's got 2 nice magic attacks, both POW 13, with a crit D spell. Yeah, this guy is the reason you buy this box.
He's rad. I like him a lot.
You're gonna pay whatever the box is for the Revenant Champion.
You split it with a friend. It's $50. I know.
For $50.
Yeah.
He's a $50 solo where you get some really sweet looking shelf sitters. So let's go on to the unit.
Okay. The Execrators. I'm gonna read these names and I'm gonna butcher them on purpose. We'll see. Dolgrim, Harkreth, and Vergesh.
I believe you hit those all on the head, sir.
That's insane. That's the best I've learned how to read my whole life. Moving on. Def 12, Arm 16, Tough, Speed 6, Accursed Armor. A living enemy model that hits this model with attack gains Weaken for 1 round. A model weakened suffers -2 defense and -2 to melee attack rolls. Shield Wall plus 2 armor and cannot be knocked down. Vengeance. Everyone knows Vengeance. Accursed Spear. Snapfire. When this model destroys 1 or more enemy models with a range attack, this weapon gains straight combat action, gets another attack. Thunderbolt. Enemy models hit by this are pushed D3 directly away. Attack him on a critical hit. The model becomes knocked down. And that is a range 10 Accursed Spear, POW 13. Magical Blessed.
Solid.
We have Iron Blade, POW 12, range 1, Magical Blessed. That is pretty sweet. And Crit Grievous Wounds. And then we have Great Shield, Magical Blessed.
Yeah, it's an interesting kit. The one difficulty here is no combined arms, so they're either making ranged attacks or they're making melee attacks. The shield wall is cool, so they're going to be 12-18s. The cursed armor is sick.
Yeah, I actually really like these guys.
Yeah, these guys are fine for 8 points. But
I
again,
really like that spear.
They're gonna, yeah. So essentially, this is gonna be the unit that slots into a Rusk. That you probably take over your second unit of Barragers, or if you're running them, one of the units of Nashers now becomes these guys.
Yeah.
You save a point.
Yeah, and threat 18 and some change on some POW 13 spears that have Snapfire. That's pretty solid. So, like,
yeah,
into trolls, that just kills a unit.
Yeah, the Snapfire is cool here. And again, range 16 total, because they can walk and shoot. And then the Thunderbolt is the native Thunderbolt is also just nice.
Yeah.
Because again, if you've got enemies on an objective, they can just push them right off. So again, or something contesting, they can just, even if they don't damage, all they got to do is hit, and then it's moved D3 away.
Yeah, you're moving things up. You're opening lanes.
Yep. And
Yep.
again, crit hits, knockdown. So any type of range knockdown is relevant. These guys are fine. I'm not as excited by them as I am by Champion,
Oh, I totally get
which is
it.
now just
Um,
his name. But
I just like these guys, and one of them looks like The Rock. If you didn't notice that.
oh, I did. I did. They're great. I look forward to painting them. They are what I'm most excited about, paint wise in this box. But I think play wise, I'm gonna play the executioners or execrators, and I'm gonna play the absolute crap out of the Revenant Champion.
Yeah.
And the module.
The module is something.
It's there, and the best part is it's 20 points, so it's not even 18.
Well, yeah, you get a heavy beast. It all evens out, okay?
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
I'm
sure that it does in the math that I'm doing in my head on it.
All right, so we can get into some list composition here.
All right.
I'll catch up on Chap a little bit. Dual CAC probably would have been too much for them. Yeah, probably. Is this Minecraft?
Oh yeah, dual attack would have been for 8.
Is this Minecraft? No, it's not Magic the Gathering either. It's better than both of those in different ways. Yeah, I love him. He screams classic Orgoth. The champion's pretty rad. I do love the classic look they got him.
Yeah, the aesthetic is 1,000 for 1,000. If you're looking for a box to paint, this is a box to paint, 100%.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good question. A good point. 30 points. How does this all total? Like, it all totals. Each side's 32 points. Yeah.
I believe so.
No, Dusk is 30.
No, Dusk is 30, and the Orgoth are 32 because the Orgoth always cheat.
Of course.
That's just how we are.
So I think they're going to be both 30 points for their respective armies coming next. But I think because they're super solos, they're different points.
Yep. And again, this is functionally how you can put the Fury mechanic into focus armies and vice versa. You know, is utilizing these super solo modules, or the super junior module, as we like to call it vernacularly.
I do wonder how they stack up against the other 2-player boxes. As like, I buy this army, I start playing with this army. Like, how does like the Orgoth stack up against Kane and his little box kind of thing? Because those are 30 points.
Yeah, that would be interesting to explore. Is how the individual box sets or these starters match up against each other if you were just to do starter on starter on starter.
Because the Kador or Signar one that we played on the channel was like, it felt very good. It felt like both sides had ways to make a win happen in their respective ways. Like Phil Cool just does her crazy melee threat, but then Kane does his crazy shooty dead, and they both had options to it.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to play the Chimera box versus the Prime Bloods box, but I don't know how that one played out.
Yeah, that I haven't had a chance to play yet. I have played fuller games with the modules in lists, and that plays pretty interestingly.
Yeah.
But again, that's also playing a fuller game. One of the limitations is there is not a great 30-point scenario currently that is out.
Yep. And I like the 3 little flag one where you flip the one over and you have to hide the objective. That one's fun.
Yeah, that one is very fun.
Orgoth, we don't have a full. That's true. We don't have the full or Warlock rules for these people yet, so we don't even know how they are going to fully be for their respective armies.
I just know what I see here. What I see here are two very, like, again, if I'm assessing these as just war beasts, I like both of the war beasts.
Mm-hmm.
I do not like them as a bundle pairing with the shell of what this caster is, because again, anytime you make them a solo, they become a shell of what they're going to be.
Yeah.
I like Gifts of Annihilation. Like all the Gifts of Annihilation,
They're
very
really
cool,
good.
very relevant. Will be awesome if they're retained in her full version, and will be amazing in a Hordes faction. Or sorry, Fury-based faction, because again, Hordes doesn't exist anymore. In a Fury style army, she's going to be great. In this module, she's doing some neat things. The War Beasts are doing some neat things. The difficulty is there is no Fury control to actually let you
Let them run hot to pull stuff off.
Correct. They're not able to run at full efficiency, which is by design. Because again, if you were to let these guys run full efficiency into the Dusk list, it is not going to be a fair fight.
Yeah.
But running them at reduced capacity, totally fine in that environment. If I'm taking something into a competitive environment, I want that module to not be pulling punches, and this module is going to have to pull punches because of how it's going to interact with the mechanics.
That's a good way to put it. Into the top end, I bet you fun casual play, this is still gonna be a fantastic box. It's gonna do great. But like that
100%.
top end, that's where it's gonna fall off.
Correct. And somebody might crack the code on it, and there may be something that we're missing entirely. But looking at it here, again, the best thing is a self spell for Sacred Ward and Lightning Strike. Because again, sprint is always good.
Yeah.
You can make it relevant. So again, the bestest boy is phenomenal. And if I could just take the bestest boy and throw him in an Orgoth army right now, that would be great.
Yeah.
If I could give Hurusker Stab with sprint, let's go all day.
Yeah.
But I can't do that. Or even Orsis. Orsis would love sprint.
That is true.
But that's not how this works.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting for my 20 points is some interesting defensive tech, in that I have the interesting spell tech, and then I have the mage static on the bestest boy. I'm getting a big clompy sack of wounds in the Burial Guard that has cursed, which is neat. Again, anytime you have a source of cursed, it's cool. I love reducing opponent's armor.
Mm-hmm.
And he has the ability to feed fury to his caster, or sorry, his controller.
Yeah, Taste of Death's cool.
The difficulty is it's Anitha. These beasts are already going to be running hot, and she's only Arc 4. and her main weapon spell is cost 3. The one neat part is on Taste of Death. Oh no, you can't even do the fun thing, because you can't exceed the arc from it. Can't exceed her arc total.
What could be fun is if she went up and cast her expensive spell, and then he goes in and kills things, gets the Taste of Death for her to have transfers again.
Yeah, that is a play pattern you can do. The difficulty is if
for him to kill things as he hit his threshold.
For him to kill things, he has to do so without exceeding her cap overall, as he's giving her a transfer or 2. So she could go down to 0. He can fill her back up to 1 or 2 by killing some things or having things die around him, and giving the focus back or giving the fury back. So that is a thing. The difficulty is if you run him if he's ever at 4, he's always going to be taking a threshold. He's always going to be taking a threshold check, unless she's actively trying to transfer out to the other guy. So Yeah, it is it is a hamstrung module, and I don't like that it's a hamstrung module.
Okay, well,
In my opinion.
now we can get into
But,
let's bring some brighter side on this. With what we do
yes,
know that is good, where I can switch over to the app here. We'll go to Orgoth first because we're hating on him. So let's find some good here.
I'm not. To be fair, I'm not hating on this box. I am expressing frustration that the 20-point module in the box is going to be very awkward to use in the faction as presented. I think on the other side of the faction, in the Reaper Covenant, I think these guys are going to be awesome. Because again, if these are just beasts you have access to on the Reaper side, all day. I will take them. I will enjoy them. I would love these in either Shadow Flame or in Old Umbry. Like, as just War Beast, both of the War Beasts are great. It's when you bundle them and handcuff them into a 4-point junior that their efficiency is reduced to the point where it's going to be difficult to use the module.
So let's build a list into current Orgoth with the models we have. It doesn't have to be everything. Yep. I have my app up.
Cool.
So we said these are good for Butcher and all the other casters that are not Harusk. Harusk is pretty much figured out.
Let's do Butcher, because I think Butcher is where he can. Butcher is where I think they have some very pertinent relevance.
I'm gonna move my face and my image. This one, not this one. It's this one and this one. I'll pull this to this side. Right. Do not need to be seen. Good. I've moved. All right. I've got Butcher added.
All right. So we'll start off with good old Ursus. Greatest of the Terradomes. Let's go ahead and add in 2 Arknode Jackals with maces and claws.
Easy enough. Nice and cheap. 6 points.
Yep. And let's give ourselves a Tyrant with with the Charge Head, a Relentless Charge Head, and the Scything, the Flail.
Yep.
And the Claw.
Nice and cheap. Big beater.
Should be a 13-point Tyrant. All right, so we'll start there with Battle Group. We'll go ahead and add a Rotten Keeper.
Easy peasy.
We'll add a Reaver. Yep, not the champion. Yeah, the Keeper.
Add a Reaver Commander.
The champion sits in the case. Add a Reaver Commander. Add Therian Vanek.
I'm gonna add a second Vanek because we need the new guy.
Yep. And then add 2 Forge Masters.
Stickman.
And then grab Kravnik, Colden Lord Damien Kravnik. He's in the mercs.
Yep. That's nope, not that one. Yeah, Kravnik. Damien. Got it.
Yep. Grab Exelon, Nastilla, and Aberration.
Ooh, spicy.
And where are we at points-wise?
We are 68 out of 100.
60 out of 100. Awesome. All right, so we're going to go to our infantry. We're going to take 2 units of rocks.
Let's go. Burbs. Flindo in chat. Champion is sad at Orgoth hours, but on paper he's so good. We just have better stuff. Yeah. And then he is also painting his second Marauder unit. Get through the less fun stuff to paint to the fun stuff. That's the way to do it, man. That's how I'm doing it.
Nice. We're gonna add in a unit. We're gonna add in the Execrationers. So we need an 8-point unit to proxy for that.
We'll put in some barragers for that.
Yep.
We got 4 points left.
4 points left. Let's go ahead and grab a Witch Coven. Or Witch Coven.
There's our 100 points, baby.
So we've got pretty tight module. We have access to 1, 2, 3, 4 shield guards within the list.
Without adding more, yeah. Well, you have
without
the unit's not a shield guard. I'm silly.
Unit is not a shield guard, sadly. But everything will take Hunter's Mark pretty well. You've got a little more protection for Ursus, who's now with Guard Dog a 15, or a defense 15.
15, 18. It's pretty rad.
It's more solid than he is base. So again, it helps him. It gives him an additional shield guard. Keeps him as a good buddy. You're able to keep your expensive again. You're able to stay deaf the rocks essentially with the Inhuman Resolve and do some fun things there. And again, if your champion dies, you bring him back.
Yep.
So I think there's a lot of synergy with Ursus in this particular build. You've got a big dumb Nistilla on the board.
I would say you could park Nistilla right behind Butcher and be like, "Go ahead, try to swing on my Def 17 Butcher." By the way.
Yes. So you get the fun tricks of Awe and
Sucker and all that stuff.
Sucker, all the fun stuff. Yeah, I like this a lot. You've got some fun knockback with the Execrationers. And I think it plays into what he wants to do exceedingly well.
Oh yeah, this just walks up the board and says, "Deal with me."
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
So where are Orgoth's weak matchups currently, and does this solve any problems?
I don't think that this solves anything that isn't out there. What I think that it does is it can make a secondary caster more viable because of Guard Dog. Because the biggest issue with Kishtar and Ursus is that they are the weakest spots in their list.
Okay, makes sense.
So having access to Guard Dog until you can get into a spot where Ursus can munch infantry and be protected by Blood Quenched, is huge. Because the biggest thing is either Ursus makes it to the middle of the table and becomes unkillable, or he is killed on the way to do that. Or you have to play so timidly scenario-wise that he just can't assert himself. Again, the Reaver Champion provides some answers to that. The Execrationers provide some utility at 8 points. They give you both a very solid ranged and melee option in an 8-point package, which is not bad for him. It gives him more relevant feat targets for what you're bringing. It gives him some additional resiliency in the list, again, within Human Resolve. And just gives you some options. I think there's also some play there with Kishtar. Again, bringing her to a 17-15 is more interesting. Also with Sabarith, making her a 17-16, also very interesting. So I think the Revenant Champion can help
a lot of those other casters find playtime.
Maybe potentially, but again, we go back to, if you put him in a Rusk, he's a 16-18 now. So yeah, you're gonna put him in a Rusk too, and you're still probably playing Harusk in 98% of the matchups.
Yeah.
And in the other 2%, you're praying that they don't drop what can't play into Harusk, which is why you build your off list to sort of force the Harusk matchup.
It's fair. Okay, cool.
But I think you'll see the champion. I think you'll see the Execrationers. I think people will test out the main module, and maybe they'll find something that I'm not seeing on first read.
Yeah.
But I think for the most part, the what you're going to see is about half the box. But I'm excited. I'm excited for the champion. I think the champion does maybe get one of these casters up off the mat and into 10% of the matchups, as opposed to 2.
No, that makes sense. I like it. Now we can do a Dusk list.
Let's go to Dusk. I'm excited for Dusk. I think this actually has. I see relevance for the entirety of the Dusk box from a competitive standpoint. And again, it made the 18 points may be too much to overcome.
Yeah.
But the fact that you get 2 battle group models with it, the fact that both of those battle group models are going to be chiller, and that the box breaks out basically to 6 points a model, does give me more things to play with, and you're faster. Again, the speed in this the speed of this box overall,
Yeah,
for Dusk is really an asset.
So we're gonna start with one of the casters that I don't. So this is what when I was thinking through the army. What's up, Alec? A lot of those models feel like they've just Helith's feat just makes them like even more of a nuisance.
Yes.
I still don't like Helith being Arc 6. Like she's Arc 6, which means she's pretty much always going to be on at least 5, maybe 4, because she's going to upkeep IR on one of these units. And then she's going to upkeep Admo on something. Probably herself. Because under feet, she's still victim stats. That's just how it be.
Yes. Again, Helith is the weakest part of her army.
Yeah. So I'm going to do... But I think Helith has some more room, but then you get into the cock of like Phantasm versus new toys. Where do the points, like, where do you actually give up stuff?
Right.
I think Tyrus also has... I think Tyrus probably takes advantage of this stuff a lot because he has the Fury, or not the Fury, the Arc to spend to keep all those upkeeps up. And then he just gives them all +2 speed now. So...
Yes. I really like the module with Tyrus.
And I think Moraine or Tyrus, which are the two I'm considering it the most, are both the most capable to play without a Phantasm.
Yes, I would agree.
I think Sirefell's not real. Helith and Hazaroth both want a Phantasm to do cool things.
Yes, I think they are cooler with a Phantasm than without.
So yeah, we'll start with Moraine though, because she's my girl. She's my only ginger with a soul.
She is your favorite.
I always start with Arcnode Gas because we need something. Let's go add Thysis because that's a thing that's in her. Valus because now I have living models I can keep alive.
Yep.
I'm going to add a Void Engine as the proxy unit. Or I'm just gonna add Slayers because they're getting replaced anyway. There we go.
Yep.
So there's the unit. The solo is just gonna be a 3rd commander.
Seems reasonable.
And like I've thought about like, does one of the commanders become her? But like, and then you have 2 sniper teams or 2 sniper teams, her and 1 commander, but I don't know yet. But we can add 2 sniper teams. We just have so many solos. We're gonna go through this list because this is getting me scared of how many solos I have.
It's okay. Sometimes you build Ocean's 13 and you don't realize it. It's all right.
Soulless Guardians for sure. With the UA. I'm at 53 points. Let's do double archers. I'm at 71 points.
All right.
Do we want to take cats? Or do we want to take like a super solo like Nestella or Carver?
I think you want cats, at least to start.
Unit of
Safe theories.
kitty cats. I like your theories. We're at 82 points. Technically, we have 18 points left. We could just throw the module in.
Yeah, just throw the module in.
Yeah, so there's our last 18 points. I don't hate it. Use your armor crack is your cav, and your the 3-man unit. And then you just flip away with POW 15 shots all day with mortality, because mortality's fun.
Yep. You have you got the bonus upkeep from.
You could also easily drop a sniper team and then just take Big Pig or Nestella.
Yes.
Which I think is like, you just have even if they don't take upkeeps, I'd say, okay, cool. I have 5 upkeeps by myself. And we have a point left over.
But I think keep her module in there as opposed to them at the moment. And the reason why is I think it's worth testing to see how much mileage you can get out of the Field Marshal Chiller.
Yeah.
And the other bits that she's bringing into the army.
Like the Snow Squall with all the Fog of War tricks.
Right. With the Fog of War tricks, the Valus, because Valus's... Can you reread what Valus's Keep Alive thing is?
It's living models.
Living models. So yeah, you can keep the War Beast alive with her ability.
Oh, that's also cool. But, oh no, never mind. Threads of Life doesn't trigger that. Oh, what I was thinking is Threads of Life allows you to get a retaliatory strike off for free. Because they come up, they hit. If they one-shot it, you're like, cool. Like, if they have the potential to one-shot, because, like, you need 27 PAL to one-shot one with no buffs or anything. Which is still not totally undoable, but it's doable. But then you just Threads of Life it, swing back.
Yes.
And I think with Valus, you could just, like, walk up, you have the Winter Coat, and then you have her Cradle Song. It's just like, go ahead, contest me. And then you have like infinite hit fixing on your whole army.
Yeah, there's a lot of difficulty to get through, in that defensive portion of the module.
Why did I add Soulless Hunters? Wait, we have more points to play with. Hang on, I clicked the wrong button.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, I added the Seeker. I just added the Useless Hunters instead of the Seeker Warden. Let me add 18 points worth of. I'm just gonna add Magnus and we'll minus 2 points. So I have 7 points to deal with. That's Kruger.
Yep, that's Krugs.
So yeah, we have all the new stuff.
Kruger.
Yeah, all the new stuff and Kruger.
Solid. Did we take any shield guards or no?
We have a unit of shield guards with the UA in case we run into Chimerics.
Even better.
Yeah.
Then we're gold. Yeah, so you got a full Swiss Army knife, you've got some hit fixing, you've got your machine gun in Selena.
And you have all the archers.
You've got all the archers, so you've got a ton of ranged. You've got Moraine doing Moraine things. You have the Last Watch backing up the cats.
Yeah, I would say you probably have the Last Watch help deliver the cats. Like you give the shield guard to the Last Watch with the commander.
Yep.
Or you give them tough. And then they kind of just walk up the board menacingly.
Yeah, because again, if as long as they're base to base with each other, they're going to be 15-16s.
Yep, and under Moraine, they'll be 17-16s.
Yeah. So they're going to be very difficult to assail at range.
Yeah, and then you'll have pretty much guaranteed at least 3 upkeeps no matter what.
Yep.
And then if you stretch out for the 4th one, you'll have 4 upkeeps if you got everything out. And you have 3 cohorts that can all just contest and like go do. Cards.
Yeah, I like it.
I want Careful Recon. I want Duck and Cover. I don't need Old Faithful. I don't need Hit and Run. Oh, Blessing of the Gods, duh. Yeah. I started testing Duck and Cover because every time I see some Brian Bloods player run Duck and Cover on their their Marauders, and they just stack them on a hill, and I'm like, all right, they're just going to be there this game.
Yep. It is quite the deterrent card.
Yeah, because now I have 3 things that have cover and blast resist on the walk-up turn.
Yep.
Pretty cool. I wonder when they're going to get the rules in, because I want to play this.
Yeah, hopefully it hits the app soon. That would be good. I'm excited to have it, even if it's not in the app yet. Just to see it and have the rules available is great.
Yeah, it is pretty sweet too.
People can talk through them. But again, the last point I have on the box is visually it's a home run on both sides.
Yeah,
like
100%.
visually they nailed it. And I'm very excited to paint it across the board. I am more excited for the entirety of the box on the Dusk side from a competitive standpoint. I think there's a lot there to dig into and explore, and I'm excited for again the champion and the unit on the Orgoth side, and I'm excited for what the whole box does on the other side of the house in Reaper Covenant. Like that I'm stoked for, and I can't wait to see that part of the rules for them.
Alec in chat says, "Is that Ross talking?" No, that's Tyrants. Joe, Tyrants on the field. The guy who runs all the Null leagues that you don't join. Flindo says Freddy Krueger time. That is correct. That is how I play him. He just sits menacingly behind a building until it's like, all right, he's just gonna show up and kill you.
Exactly.
You can technically play it without the ALP. I don't know what ALP is. So how are you gonna paint your Orgoth? You have any fun plans for them, painting wise?
So painting wise, I'm going to go likely with a pretty heavy like old bronze scheme. So it'll be bronze with a lot of greens to show patina.
Okay.
Because it's all old stuff, and then probably utilize some like moss techniques as well to kind of again show decay and age on the armor. So that's kind of what I'm thinking is more bronze brass with heavy patina.
Nice, that's gonna be sweet. Are you gonna paint the Dusk half too?
Oh yeah, I will of course paint the Dusk. The Dusk side, I am going to paint likely in light blues and purples, because that's traditionally how I've painted my Legion stuff. So it'll be sort of to match that scheme as an homage to where Linissa comes from.
That makes sense.
And I'm excited to paint the cats.
Me too. The cats look super cool.
Yeah, those I will probably do in a winter frosted scheme, because that's normally how I like to paint Argai anyway.
Oh yeah, he's right.
And
We
these
could
are
technically
these
play a
are
game without the app. We could just pull the rules up on the side.
yes,
I
one could do that
it was funny.
if one was a bad.
I did this. I pulled up the characters. I pulled up the old Selena, and I made Lanissa 10 health. And I was like, all right, just in case.
Solid.
But I think they said later this week, so I'm assuming either tomorrow or Friday the rules will be in the app.
Yeah, I would assume. It appears there were some hiccups today, so
There was something today.
no apps.
Good old Unity.
God love Unity because no one else does.
No, I cannot wait for these models. I'm gonna end up painting them very World of Warcraft Death Knight. So like,
Oh, that'll be a sweet.
so like a
paint
dark
job.
blue metal, and then like I'm doing non-metallic metal silver on the whole thing
Ooh.
for more practice. And then Ross is painting the the Orgoth half, because we're gonna do a video about it, and he's gonna do non-metallic gold for the first time.
Very cool. Yeah, the
He's-
non-metallic gold will look great, guys.
He is gonna hate himself, but he'll figure it out.
He will. If he needs inspiration, they have been doing an entire series on Momentum Hobbies on how they
all
do
the
their
NMM.
non-metallic.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, and they have a very good gold tutorial.
They sure do. I actually figured out a copper paint tutorial that I liked. I watched Vinci V's video on copper non-metallic metal. And I was like, all right, that's cool. That's 6 different paints. How do I make that not 6 paints? And
Yes.
I deviled it down to 3. And on my aberration, that is just 3 separate colors.
Yeah, it looks great. Your aberration looks fantastic, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, the copper it's a fur brown kind of color. And then you mix in a really punchy red, and that's your midtone. And then you mix in like a green white, and that's your highlight to those are your 3. So you're just always adding to the fur brown.
Yep. Yeah, and it's just an exercise in blending is not metallic metal. It's fantastic.
Yep. Glazes and blending. That's all it is. With Frozen and Forgotten, can Matt Hart send me Wave 2 P3 range to go with it? I'd love that. That'd be sweet. Can you send that to me? I already ordered it. He can just send my order early, right?
I assume.
Yeah, maybe.
They can do anything. They are the people shipping it. So.
That is true. I'm looking at these cats now. I cannot wait to paint them. I wonder how I will paint them.
The cats are sweet. I am excited to paint this Carnal Hound as well. Like, he is going to be awesome.
Oh, Bone Argus? Bargus?
Yeah, the Bargus. The Barkus is going to be absolutely fun for me to paint.
I love that they look like Tomb Kings.
I cannot wait for... They totally look like Tomb Kings, which is part of the appeal.
I've been
definitely part of the appeal for me.
Yeah, I've been tempted to tell Ross just to paint them like my Tomb King army that I have, but it's not. No, it's not gold. So, but yeah, they look sweet. They would look really good like Grimdark because they're all old and stuff.
Totally. Yeah, they're gonna tank the whole box is gonna take paint very well.
Yep, and it is hips.
Yep, it's hips, which is exciting. Maybe not as exciting for those that don't like hips, and I understand it.
I am curious how these are gonna build.
I am hoping that they build more like Nastilla and Aberration than like SK6.
Well, like SK6's mold lines and seam lines were really good. They were a lot of parts, but they were really good. But yeah, I do not want another 21 part Vilcool.
No, I still have my Vilcool on Spur. On Sprue. Because I have not mustered the desire to build her yet, because I'm holding out hope for the ever just off screen um, old Umbry Vilcool from
Mini crate.
Mini Crate.
Yep,
So
that is the thing that's coming.
I
Please,
just
God,
need
not
it to
like
be
Chimera.
just need it next in line.
Yeah. Hobby Nomicon says, please not like the Chimera. The Chimera, some of the models were like, I was not prepared for those seam lines.
Oh God, no.
More like Achilles and the rest, and less like the bugs. Malifaux, nothing hip scares me. Hey, that is good. I'm
Yes.
happy for you.
Yeah, if you ever did original generation Malifaux models, you understand.
I remember
You can build anything in hips if you can do those.
Do you remember the battle boxes with the colored plastic from War Machine?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was
Nothing beats the Crescent.
Crescent.
Colored resin. Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah, it was something, all right. Alec, don't you need to
It
get to
was,
bed to get 8 hours of sleep, kid? Don't
was
you need to get to bed,
different.
Alec? Sorry. Go ahead.
I didn't say anything.
Okay. I'm getting attacked by chat saying to get sleep, and it's Alec who needs to get sleep. But that does bring up a point. Do you have anything else you would like to talk about for this box, sir?
Not about this box.
We'll keep talking after this. All right. Stream, chat. Thank you all so much for watching. It was a good hour and a half stream. I liked it. We covered everything we wanted. We built a list for each. I am a Marine fanboy, so of course I built a Marine list that I think will be pretty fun to test later next week. We built an Horus list that will be hopefully see some tabletop when the models come out. In the description below, if you're watching this later and this box interests you, there will be a link to the pre-order. The pre-order, I think, goes till November 14th.
Yep.
So I think that'll mean they'll be on sale at lock and load. That's my guess.
I would say that the timing would align for that to probably be a correct assumption.
Yeah.
But you never know.
That is true.
They might come empty-handed. You know, you never know how long it takes to get something offloaded from the boat.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate it all. And we'll see y'all. I will not be streaming tomorrow or Friday because Friday I'm heading up to Summer Slaughter. Next stream will probably be next Thursday because I need recovery time after an event because my social battery can only do so much. I have to edit the Aberration video next week, so that's coming next week. And then Thursday we'll be painting the Phantasm.
Excellent. Cannot wait to see what you do with the Phantasm, buddy.
Yeah. Joe, go and give them a... Where can they find you?
They can find me on the YouTube channel Tyrants on the Field or at tyrantsonthefield at podbean.com, where you can catch my podcast and catch my all my videos. Watch The Delight of Painting, where painting is always a delight. So that's my painting series. We got a couple in. I've got a couple more in the hopper that I've got to just finish editing on. But I'm a slow old man, and then I have to make some more content on it because I need to get going on my old Umbria army. And I also need to make content, so there is the constant ebb and flow of I should be recording this, but I also would like to just paint fast and not talk.
100%. I get that. Fluffy Catfish, see you, buddy. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, you are my date for Battlefield 6 tomorrow. I'm excited. Have some pre-orders. Hope they get them in before next year. Good luck with that, Flindo. And all of you have a wonderful night. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.